Okay, and here we go. So we're taking a look at this first example here on page 109. So you can notice that you'll be given a right hand part. The first thing you want to do is figure out what key it's in based on the key signature. And you can see no flats or sharps here, so I'm in the key of C. So I would then probably take my right hand, build that C position, tonic, whole, whole, half, whole. Make sure that you're on the correct C for what is written. This is middle C. You need to be in the correct register. I then would take the time to learn that right hand. For some of you, that might be reading through it C, skip, skip, step, step. Maybe it's reading letter names. But get to the point where you can play this melody all the way through with just your right hand. Then it comes time to add that left hand. So the left hand is reading right here this chord symbol. So it's saying a C chord. If you prefer thinking Roman numerals like we talked about in the last video, C is the first note in that hand position, so that'd be what we were calling a 1 chord. So in this measure, I'm going to play a C chord or a 1 chord. I'm going to restrike it, play it again in measure 2. In measure 3, they're asking me to change. G7/B, I've got a lot of letter names here. All I need to look at is that first letter, the G. They're telling me a G chord. G in the key of C is the 5th note, so it's a 5 chord. The 7 is telling me to put that extra 7 or that jazz tone in there. We're automatically doing that. The /B is telling me to put it in an inversion, and we're automatically doing that. So I'm going to change to that 5 chord, and then the next measure I'm going back to my 1. So my left hand, 1, 1. Going to that 5/7, remember I'm going from my thumb. Thumb stays, 2 plays, 5th finger down, half a step. There's my G7 chord. The next measure is taking me back to a 1. Next line, 1 or C chord, 1 or C chord, 5/7, 1. So once I have both of those working together, then I would play my melody with that chord above it, lining that right up as so. Let me play this one for you. Moving on, when you are looking at page 110, number 2, your key signature is 1 flat, so that's telling you the key of F. So wherever I see F, I would be playing a 1 chord or an F chord. Where I see C7/E, I'm changing to that 5/7 chord or that C7 chord, whatever you want to call it. For your third one, you can see you've got 3 sharps. I've put this over on my whiteboard. So let's practice writing it out, especially for those of you that are doing this as a written assignment. So I'm in the key of A. I know that my 1 chord then is going to have A as the root. Because your left hand is not written out, you can put it in any register that you want. So I could put my 1 chord down here, A, C sharp, E, or I could play it higher up if I wanted to. That's my middle C there. Your choice with register. So in the first measure, on that first beat with the right hand note, I would play my 1 chord or my A chord. On the second half of that measure, right here, I can see they're asking for my 5 chord. So again, think of it just how we did when we were playing it. Go from the top. Thumb stays. The middle note would be where your finger 2 is. and your fifth finger goes down half a step, which remember, half a step would take you to a black key there. So especially if you're writing these out, I encourage you to find a picture of a keyboard, perhaps on your phone, or a paper one you can print out, so that you can really look at what the bottom of your one chord is and think about if half step down is going to need an accidental. So as you work through page 110, you're going to play that one chord right with the melody on the A. My 5-7 chord strikes with the D. 1, 5-7, 1. On page 111, I encourage you to look at the top example in the key of D. Notice you have just a one chord, a D chord that's going to hold for that whole first line, and then you have some 5-7 chords. If you want to try example 5, certainly go ahead and try it. This is a more challenging one in E flat. It's not a common key that you're going to find chords in. So this is lead sheet. This is hopefully going to help you get a start on your assignment, whether you're doing it in a written or a playing fashion. Please reach out for help if you want to go through this on a one-on-one basis. Have fun.